Hello, I'm Colleen Pearl the Cool Crone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tarot card spread on Meghan Markle. We're going to use two different spreads to try to figure out whether she was born in 1977 or 1981. Let's get started. I'm also going to use my pendulum for this. And for this reading, I just want to lay out the premise here. So Meghan Markle has claimed that she's 40 years old. She even had a birthday celebration for her 40th birthday. Let's try to formulate this as a question that the tarot can answer. So the thing is, she has produced a birth certificate that says, she was born in 1981. But then we have her father in an interview that says, yes, I believe Meghan was born in 1977, which would make her 44. And then we have Meghan herself in her recent court case saying out loud in a court of law that she was 13 years younger than her sister, I think her name's Samantha, who is 57. And if you do the math, that means that she's 44. So the birth certificate for 1981 appears to be incorrect. Or maybe there's another Meghan Markle who was born in 1981. Or maybe they photoshopped the birth certificate. But this birth certificate information was obtained by California public records of some kind, I guess for whatever county or whatever she lived in. Or so they say. I mean, we can only surmise. So all of this, YouTube, entertainment purposes only. We are just going to, for this reading, we're just going to say, well, if she's 44, why is she lying about it? But at 44 years of age, that means that when her father started Married with Children, she would have been 6, and when it ended, she would have been 16, because it ended in 1997, the same year of Diana's death. That also means that at 16, she would have been watching Diana's death on television. Now, I don't know a lot of 16-year-olds who are really obsessed with stuff like Lady Diana at that time. I have a daughter who was born in 1977, and she could care less. Or at that time, she could care less. But if she's born in 1977, making her 44 now, that means that when her dad started Married with Children, she would have been 10. And when Lady Diana died, she would have been 20. And I could definitely see a 20-year-old be much more fascinated and interested with Princess Diana. All right, we'll just put it like this. Is the birth date of 1977 true? Is that a true birth date? 1977 would make her 44 years old. So we're going to lay out 5 cards. Interesting cards. Well, I think the first card gives us our answer. Check out the finger on the hand of the Queen of Cups. See that finger? That's the same finger that we see in the picture for the holiday card. Now, my theory on that is that, I've seen other pictures of Meghan Markle where she has that one finger pointing. I think she might have, if not arthritis, then maybe she has something wrong with that finger, and it does kind of jam up from time to time. I've seen her with the hand closed, with all the fingers shut, but I have seen a few times where she has that index finger pointing. That's the Jacques finger, right? That's the special finger. So I'm going to leave this card with that finger exposed. And the Queen of Cups is definitely somebody who can keep her secrets, right? She's somebody that can hide the truth, actually. She's very emotional. She can be manipulative, but she's got that finger, man. And that finger is the same finger that was in the picture of the baby. Now, then we have the death card. Well, did she kill the version of Meghan that was born in 1977? I think she did. I think she went through a big transformation, and death is kind of her middle name here in this card reading. She killed her. Was she married twice? Was she married to both those guys? The guy in Canada and some other guy? They're both in the entertainment industry and helped her further her career. So, she killed those relationships. And then we have the Five of Cups. So, I mean, she wasn't excited about being that old. She wanted to be something else. And even though two of her cups are still standing, three of them are overturned, and she can't stand that. And then we have the Ace of Wands, which is appropriate. After a death, you do want to have a new identity. And she definitely has a new identity now. And then we have the Five of Pentacles currently, because currently she is making no money. And that's what's happening for her. And now we're going to use a different deck entirely so you can keep them clear. And we're going to think about Meghan as being only 40 years old. Now, if she's only 40 years old, that means she was born in 1981. I also have another stepdaughter who was born in 1981. So if she was born in 1981, this means that her father would have been working on Married with Children starting when she was 6. And so sometime between the age of 6 and 16, she would have been taken to the set of Married with Children. I can see that. I mean, I don't think that's far-fetched. I think that's perfectly legitimate. After all, that was the age of, just starting to do the take our daughters to work stuff. But maybe he was doing it for another reason. Maybe he saw that she had an interest in show business and he wanted to show her the backside of it. There were other things to show business than just being on camera. So the Four of Cups is usually the card of somebody rejecting one of the cups, right? So let's look at what she's looking at here. Here we have the husband sleeping on the woman's lap. Isn't she pretty? Now, the essence of it is that you get bored with your situation. I don't see her as being bored with the situation, except when she was married to the wrong guy and she saw somebody else who could give her more of what she wanted. And then we have the Four of Hazards. Let's take a look at that card. And the Four of Hazards is akin to the Four of Pentacles, which is usually the guy who's hanging on to all of his stuff. So let's take a look at him. There we go. Gun across his lap. Stuff on the shelves. He's got all of his supplies, guns on top of the shelves, and the people at the window are trying to get in and he won't let them in. So she's bored, and yet she's not helping anybody else. She's not letting anybody else in. And then we have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords, instead of being mourning or grieving for something that you've lost, it's jealousy. Oh no. Oh no, jealousy rears its ugly head. The Three of Swords is a sign of trouble, turmoil, and triangles in love, marriage, or close friendships. Take a moment to catch your breath. Though releasing your anger over a painful situation may feel awesome in the moment, the consequences could come back to bite you. So I don't know. I mean, her life wasn't that horrible. So maybe this is saying that the reason she came up with this 1981 birth date was all of these for all of these reasons. She got bored. She wanted to hang on to what she had, and she was jealous of other people. And then we have the Two of Cups, which has a very interesting picture. It's almost like my tarot of opposites. Like if you turn it upside down, you see the really gross part, and if you keep it right side up, you see the pretty picture, and then the gross part on the bottom. So that's that. So she has this happy romance under this 1981 birth date, but then we have the Fool. And the Fool is obviously her sock puppet. The new journey, the first steps, but hasty choices. And that definitely was a hasty choice for them to leave. Our hero, let me see if I can get this focused on here and then I'll read. There we go. Our hero begins his journey with a spring in his step and a healthy set of blinders, unaware of zombie claws reaching his feet. You're bound to make plenty of mistakes in your new adventures, but your enthusiasm might be enough to carry you through a bumpy beginning. I love that. Try to pay attention to your surroundings. Are those storm clouds on the horizon? And they might be. They're tinged with gray. So this is not really definitive, but it is kind of throwing shade on the idea that, this is not very happy, this 1981 birth date. And I love that the first card with the Housewives Tarot had her with her finger pointing straight, which it is in her holiday card, leading me to believe that the Queen of Cups is really her. And let me go to the Housewives Tarot and see if their description of the Queen of Cups lends any clarity. For her, the glass is always half full, if not filled to the brim. Her intoxicating qualities leave others feeling a bit tipsy, and her propensity for sentimental musings often leads to a neglect of household duties. Yeah, in this deck, they do have this is why I picked these decks, because they really come out with some very interesting takes on actual people. So this is, let me just spread these so you can really see them. So for 1981 birth date, we got the Four of Cups, the Four of Hazards, the Three of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Fool. And for the 1977 birth date, we got the Queen of Cups, Death, Five of Cups, Ace of Wands, and Five of Pentacles. And for me, the 1977 birth date does work out better. I haven't done both charts, but I'm going to, and I'm gonna do another little reading, just looking at those charts. But for now, what I'd like to do is use my pendulum and just ask the question. Show me yes, and show me no. I love this little pendulum. It's just so responsive. Okay, so was Meghan Markle born in 1977? Yes. Now she says she was born in 1981. Was she born in 1981 actually? No. Okay. So the pendulum says 1977 is the actual birth date. So I'm going to leave it at that. And that is my reading on how old is Meghan Markle. The answer is 44. All right. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you for being my subscriber. Thank you for your comments which I know you're going to leave down below, because this is a very controversial topic. For entertainment purposes only, YouTube. And thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.